I'm Emma Franklin. I'm 17 years old at Maple Valley High School. I'm a junior this year, and I'm really involved with things like student council. I'm our community's maple syrup queen. I play volleyball, and this year I ran track. I love 4-H. I work with animals all the time. It's my passion, and yeah. Okay, so I grew up in a Christian home. My grandma Anne actually led us to my church that I go to now, which is Thornapple Valley. So we went there when I was in like first grade, and she kind of led me in my Christian walk. She was an amazing woman, and when she died when I was in third grade, we continued to go there because she had made a lot of friends in our church, and they really accepted us there. And ever since then, I started going to a youth group in Vermontville, where as I met a lot of my best friends. I actually started going there on a mission trip in New York. The summer after my freshman year, I went to a church camp through my church, and it really moved me a lot. And once I got home, I started getting really anxious about a lot of different things. Kind of felt like I wasn't good enough after I went to this church camp. And so I fell into like a downward spiral of a lot of anxiety, depression. I wasn't eating for a week and lost a lot of weight. It was a really scary time. I actually pushed away a lot of the people that I loved most. And I sought help through my counselor. She's actually my youth group leader at Vermontville Bible. And she signed me up for spiritual care. And yeah, I started meeting with them at school, and it was like a weekly thing that I really look forward to every week because they gave me tools to work through everything and taught me how to deal with the stuff that I was dealing with. For me, the I am statements were my most helpful tool. A lot of the things, I think my favorite one was I'm beautifully created in God and I'm a child of God. And they gave me verses. I think it's 2 Timothy 1:7 was my favorite verse. God has not given me a spirit of fear, but the power of love and a sound mind. And I wrote those all over my bathroom mirror. I carried around with them through my locker. They were in my books, and just like keeping those in my mind all of the time really helped me. The spiral of depression and anxiety really affected my schoolwork and my volleyball especially. I love volleyball, always have, always will, and I couldn't even play half of a game without having an anxiety attack or feeling like I wasn't good enough and having to leave the court, or I was leaving the classroom at least twice a week, just freaking out. I couldn't keep my composure. And so those tools really helped me by, like, I could play them over and over in my mind until I would eventually calm down. Today I am great. I barely deal with it at all, and when I do know how to deal with it. I'm still going to church, if not stronger than what I was. I've gotten all of those people that I pushed away, I've gotten them back. I have some amazing friends now, better Christian friends than what I had then, and I'm doing great. My grades are pretty good, I'd say. 4.0, so that's wonderful. The church camp that I went to, I don't really know what it was about it that made me get so scared. I remember one specific night we call it cry night at camp because everybody there always ends up bawling their eyes out. And I remember we talked about learning to accept yourself, and that was something I'd always struggled with. And so as soon as I learned to let that go, as soon as I left camp, I realized that I don't know if I was ready to let it go, and I was scared to just let go and let God. And I think bottling all of that up is what really led me to be so anxious and to keep it all inside. I was definitely struggling with my identity and who I was as a Christian. I was worried if I wasn't as strong of a Christian as the other kids there, or if I was doing something wrong. And definitely through spiritual care, I learned that I was strong enough and I could grow even more. I definitely learned about who I was in Christ. Being able to have somebody in at school and at youth group and at home, like having somebody in every different place that I was, being able to come to school when I needed to talk to somebody was an amazing help. To the donors, I would say thank you so much because it was an amazing service for me and I know many others. To the donors, I would definitely say thank you. It's an amazing experience has been for me, and I know that a lot of the other teens in my grade would benefit, not only my grade, my school. I see them every day, and they struggle with a lot of the same things that I did, and this service would definitely benefit them. If I were to sum up how I'm feeling today in my life, I would have to say content. I'm definitely content with who I am and who I'm with, and where I am with God, and not only my content, but I'm also motivated to go farther. So, after high school, I plan to go to college. Not quite sure where yet, but I want to study something in the animal sciences to work with wildlife rehabilitation, hopefully. The hook system that we used really taught me to take my worries and put them onto God, and it was a good visual representation of I can take I'm struggling with it and just give it to God, and it's no longer with me. And that really helped me because I like to take everything onto my shoulders and feel like I have to control everything, and so that visual of giving it to God really, really helped me. All of the different consultants really helped me. Meeting with more than just one, I think, helped me also because it showed me that there was genuinely a lot of people who cared about me. There was different counselors that were willing to be there and willing to help me.
Or different consultants.
Different consultants, yeah, that were willing to help me. And
I'll start with that one. There were different. Let's start with there were different consultants. So
okay, there were different consultants that were there to help me and genuinely care about me and talk to me about everything that I needed, and that was definitely something that helped me along. Okay, that was definitely something that helped me along. Being able to come to a public school and talk to somebody about my faith was a huge, huge opportunity for me, especially going to a public school. That's not something we're really allowed to talk about. And so being able to express myself in that way and grow stronger through faith, and it gave me opportunities to show that to other students around me, and I think that was a really awesome thing.